It is that time again. We have a new programming cycle starting here at Full Circle Fitness, so let's break down our Monday strength components. Starting off, little prep work for our squat, working on our ankle flexion. Gonna find a box, depending on your height, you might have lower to 20 inches, 24 inches, whatever's comfortable. But what we're looking for, I want us to control ourselves down. Don't just fall down. I want us to control our body weight forward. We're looking to connect the hamstring to the calf. At this point, I'm gonna grab the box, use that as leverage to pull my torso into the thigh, into the leg, just to create more flexion. Hold that for a good 3 to 5 seconds, release, and use my leg on the box to stand back up. We don't wanna push with the arms. Give you a view here as well, see the foot a little better. Once again, we are controlling ourselves down. Grab the box, pull for a deeper stretch for about 3 to 5 seconds, release the deepness, and press the foot into the box or push the foot in the box to stand up. Given a frontal view, actually one more thing on the side, take a look at the heel. We want to try to keep the heel flush to the box. It's okay if it comes up a little bit, but we don't want to see this. There shouldn't be much separation at all between the heel and your box. Frontal view, something we need to make sure. The knee is staying in alignment with the toe. A lot of people will naturally open up or shift in. Pay attention to where that knee is, make sure it stays within that toe box. After that, you go into your back squats. We should all be familiar there. Building ourselves up to a heavy set of 8 this cycle. As always, week 1, the goal is not lift as heavy as possible. It's set your baseline. We just lifted heavy for 3 weeks in a row. There's no need to go heavy again. It's good to give your body a little break from the heavy lifting. Yeah, find something moderately challenging, but you shouldn't be huffing and puffing week 1 from those reps. You're setting your baseline. If you want to make it more challenging with lighter weight, just go slower. I promise you, it'll get hard. What was I going to say with that? Goal there with the squats, remember, is we want to build the ability to squat with the hips, to go past parallel, to get slightly lower than the knees is what we're looking for. A lot of us don't have that ability yet. That's okay. A few limiting factors. Could be ankle flexibility, could be hip flexibility, could be a previous injury, could be you straight up don't have the strength to lower yourself that far and stand back up. That's the case for a lot of people. If that's the scenario, squat to whatever depth you're comfortable doing. Just get stronger with some weights, but you're never gonna get better at getting lower if you don't spend time down there. So if you don't have that full depth, after you do your weighted squats, find an assisted squat, whether you use a TRX or you use your squat rack like this. Use something for a little assistance to spend some time in a deep squat. Whether that's holding it for 10, 20 seconds, knocking out 5, 6 reps, just getting lower. Spend time there. You'll eventually develop the ability to do it with weight as well, if you're patient. Next, I didn't write it down. What was it? Oh yeah. Box step-ups. Single leg box step-ups. The focus here. First, let's just focus on the leg that's going towards the floor. At no point are we putting the weight on the ground. We simply tap and come back up. Tap and come back up. If you need to put your weight on the ground like this surface is too tall for you. You need to find something shorter. Because when the foot goes on the floor like this, it's inevitable. You're not going to mean to, but you're going to push off the floor to get up. And that's going to take away from the targeted area. We want to focus on the leg that's solely on the box. We want this leg to do all the work. Tempo, we're looking for about 3 seconds to lower yourself. Now positioning, what does that look like in the front? Same as that ankle work. We want that knee to stay out over the toe. That's why we really practice it in that first drill. We want this to be second nature, to be able to keep the toe within the toe box. You can see it's wavering a little bit side to side. That's okay. We just don't want it to be out here while you're trying to go down. Have the ability to the awareness to see, are you staying within that toe box? To make it harder, you just get a taller surface, go from there. If whatever surface you're going to, the lowest point is too difficult, it's all right. Modification would be if you stack like a 45-pound plate, that's your floor. Well, you shorten your distance 2 to 3 inches, whatever that height of those are. Or just if you have a smaller bench, just do it from that. You can always hold on to something for balance and support as well if we're still learning. Getting tired. Next, let's find an angle here that works. No. Sure. Yeah. All right. It's heavier than I thought. All right. A kneeling row. We're going to start by letting the weight carry you. We want to lengthen the lat. I'll give you a different visual. That makes sense, doesn't it? We want to allow the weight to stretch you out. Lengthen your lat out. Shoulder releases up and towards the ear. We're going to sit up, engage the lat, and row. Not a necessary tempo here. Match it with your breath. If you can hear, I completely release my breath as I come up. Inhale and brace to pull in. Something to focus on, a minor detail. I think a lot of people are going to want to do this. First thing is pull. That's not step one. Step one is get the torso upright, feel everything lengthening, pull in from there. And our last one. It's stuffy in here. Leaning towers. So first piece, you need the ability to have a straight arm here. Ankle, that's not your ankle. Wrist stacks on top of the wrist, the elbow stacks on top of the shoulder. If you're here, we need to modify. If you do not have the ability to hold this, you're not ready for it, and that's okay. Work on your ability to get here, then you can do the full version. The modified version would be just holding a front rack position instead. So movement itself looks like this. Leaning, I call it leaning towers. Throughout the entirety of that movement, the arm is stacked. Some people might be able to, you may be able to stand tall here and have it, but as soon as you go down, that arm's gonna bend. If that's the case, we need to realize it, grab a lighter weight, or just practice with an arm all the way through. Everyone's first round, honestly, should just be to see, can you keep your arm straight the entire time with no weight? If you can't do it with your arm, I can guarantee you can't do it with a weight. If we're not there with the arm, hold a weight in a front rack. Targeting everything else the same, it's just not as much for the shoulder. Now, I'll be right back. I forgot something. So, mobility and strength are going to play a large factor here. If you can see my hand that goes to the floor, I can get it flat to the ground, right? A lot of us will not have mobility or even strength to lower ourselves and get back up there. First modification, instead of the palm, knuckles. If you can't do the knuckles, fingertips. You can tell each one is a little higher. This just means I'm not going as low, makes it a little easier. you're not ready for one of those, grab yourself a block. Anything. Put it next to your foot. Now that's my target. Just shortening the distance that you have to go. Those are the biggest tips. Have fun, get fit, all the things.